Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. So Georgia's offense will go to work first. And this is a matchup that we've been talking about coming into this. High-powered offense squaring off against a defense that is more than capable of shutting them down. This one's going to be fun, David.
And this defense has been able to do that. Like every offense they've faced, they've played great. They take away what you do best. Obviously, Palmer, on that other side, this is a high-powered offense. They're really, really good. How does this matchup unfold?
You're right, David, and I think as the season's gone on, this is a matchup that we've circled on our calendar, knowing that these two teams are going to square off and face each other. So many guys on the field today are going to play in the National Football League. There's a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. This one's going to be fun to watch.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Run the gun. The running back has it. Turns it on midfield. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. They'll ride the hot hand. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Finds the tight end. Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him moving inside. You see him moving outside. You see him moving in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Running gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
A first down run in the red zone. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. First points of the day are on the board.
Man, great first drive by this offense. Capped off, 3rd and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense, get the passing touchdown, and get this party started right.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will try to get something going with their first possession. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Second down, he'll throw it. That's caught. It's long. Oh, he's got some space. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
It's complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. He breaks a tackle. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Wildcats have this offense rolling. They're going to ride this running back. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
The counter run play is really tricky for defenses to stop because it forces you to play with great eye discipline. Everything in pre-snap is telling you the ball's going to the strong side, but now they run it back weak, and they're pulling offensive linemen. This defense better be ready because this won't be the last time today they see the counter run.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
Third down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
Makes the catch. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to go up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Wildcats. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. They'll give it to the back. Brings into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
It's was a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these big old hog mollies up front.
They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Going to the ground. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Now, this is the way to come out of the gate and set the tone. Back and forth and already inside a minute to go in the first. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
You got to give the defense a ton of credit there on third down, able to force that incompletion on an absolute bomb. You can see why defensive coordinators get nervous facing this quarterback. He has tremendous arm talent. He threw that thing more than 60 yards in the air. But the defenders on the back end stayed in position, made sure there wasn't a catch. That was a fantastic play defensively.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Motion from the wide receiver. On fourth down, looking to pass. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
A little release to the back. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on second down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. To the ground with the back. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Right back to it. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Offense breaks the huddle. It's third down. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. They'll run the screen. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
Wants to go up top on first down. That's caught. It's Frazier. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. If they're going to keep covering him like that. They're just going to keep going to him.
Yeah, and it's so hard because you want to stay back and take away the weapons outside to the wide receivers, but when this guy's going to be able to catch the football and he makes plays like this, now I'm going to have to maybe go play more man, bring a guy to him, and not let him get those open touches.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Grabbed behind the line, it's McCray. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down and distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Wide receiver comes in motion. A jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulldogs are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. Splits the uprights. Good. And with that, they've taken the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, want to jump in and let you know what's going on in this top 25 showdown. Notre Dame is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a... A la Joe Montana, this might not be over yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Boise State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Grab behind the line. It's long. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rounding to the football?
On third down, going up top. The short hands. It's long. He'll be stopped short on the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Kentucky will be forced to punt. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. And here comes the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. They'll go to the ground. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run play action. Pulls it in. It's Humphries.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He leaves it with his back. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And the Dogs get it past the sticks.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Oh, man, the big fellas, they usually have the soft hands. Your security blanket is your tight end, but that one hit him in the hands, and he just couldn't pull it in.
Scanning the field, it's Stockton. He's going for the big play. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this receiver and his speed. He's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the deep.
He wants to take the top off. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Three straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
And what a job by this defense. Early in the game, you want to set the tone. You want to set your offense up as much as you can. And here in the first half now, giving the ball back to them on their side of the field, shutting the 4th down conversion down, sending a message to this offense.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Puts it out of the air. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
The dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's on target and complete. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Now adjusting. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. He'll set up to throw. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Kentucky. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He unleashes a long one. Snags it inside the 20. Touchdown, Georgia! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And that is exactly what this offense needed to have happen. They had to come up with a big drive, with a big touchdown here at the end of the quarter. That's going to help their confidence. They've now got the lead heading into halftime.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Athens.
Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Oh, man, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field, nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. Just got to make the catch.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Now on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking for a crease to the left. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got the first down and still on his feet. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Rides the back on the option, the give.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The Bulldogs really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They're in field goal range here on fourth down, but they're going to keep this offense on the field. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little...
There he goes! Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
To the air, it's Stockton. There were serious revolutions on that third down pass, but it's incomplete.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's caught. He's running free down the middle. He's at the 10. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. That was the definition of a quick strike, and now we'll see if they can turn that huge play into points. Trying to barge in. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Quarterback running on the draw. And he Fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Lets it fly. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
And those sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the move, it's McCray.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up 2nd and inches.
Leaves it with the running back. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass on 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the 1st down.
The give to the back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Running back searching for a hole. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, he's got some space. That's enough for the 1st down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Gives it on the option. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. The Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
Yeah, if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. Go straight ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Boise State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys have been keeping an eye on it for us. Kentucky right back to the line.
Man, this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Under fire. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Fires into traffic, and it's picked off.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet. It's getting pretty close.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown there.
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Back to pass, it's Stockton. They've got the screen set up. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Firing to the right, complete. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
All right, you know what the offense is trying to accomplish. They're trying to run that clock, so we got to find a way to get the stop here, not let them eke out more of the clock as we're going along so we can get the ball back for the offense and get back in this game and maybe try to go win this thing.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. So they got nothing on the last play. Here's 3rd and goal from the 1. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs! That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And they did tack on the extra point. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon.
Pulls it in down the middle. All by himself down the middle. The 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. The give to the lone running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
42 Spider.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Makes it past the marker. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads it left. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Touchdown, Georgia! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And how about this squad, man. Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated. Whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams, they have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
Now, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure we're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point. You're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Brown. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. Defense dropping into soft coverage. Here comes the heat. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And